Comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
Hello and welcome to Money on the Floor. I'm here to help you pick it up. We're talking about arbitrage.company, talking about Apex, talking about all the awesome things going on now with it live. We're just waiting for them to convert over our USD and we'll have a lot more to trade with. That'll be great. I'm very excited about that. We can finally get to use the funds that we've had sitting there for so long. And Apex is really easy to use. That's what I like about it. It does very well as long as you have a system with an edge. You got that, you got money. Here's my system. You got 15 minutes going down. We had the turn, cross below, you would sell right here. You got confirmation here, it's going down. 15-minute chart. You can always check a 5-minute. I can get it to come up. There we go. See, 5-minute pulled up, just like it went up. And now it's going to turn back down because it's never went below. Never went above. So this is holding a support. This is breaking through. You had one good trade here. You had a pullback. Now in the 1 minute you could have traded that, knowing it was a pullback, knowing that as soon as you got the red candle you got to get out. And that's fine. It's not a whole lot, but it's not bad. See, now here's the trade starting here. You're already in. It's in. Got confirmation on both ends. Doesn't get any easier than that. And that's just a simple moving average of 10. Akinashi candles. Pretty simple. You could add more stuff to make it more complicated, but what for? The system I trade on my MT4 is very similar. Basically gives me the same signals, a little more technical. I use some kind of a weird MACD that helps me. That's just extra confirmation. Basically, it gives me the signals right here. One here, and you got one here, one here. It's pretty much the same signals. Anything that's going to give you good signals are going to give you these signals. Sell, buy. Just you go to a higher time frame if you want to make more money, that's all. Go to an hour. Finally crossed above. Look at that. All the way up 1 hour. 1 hour. Here you would have a little bit of profit. Might have lost that one. Would have got profit. A lot of profit. So even 1 hour works. Don't think you just got to trade scalps. So the trick is to make money all the time is you go ahead and get a 15-minute or a 1 hour and you get your trade set up that you like and it gets into it. Go down to a 5-minute, 1 minute. As it goes back and forth and fluctuates, every time it gets back in line with the same trade you got going on, you add to your trade. Do another position here, which you can open and close. And as it went from, red now, red here, you'd stay in. Let's say this one went green and got out. So you would close it as soon as it went green, made a little profit, and you waited for it to do its little thing like it did here, came back into red, then you would sell it again. Or vice versa. So whichever way you're going on this one here, you're just going to take the signals every time it gets in line. It's just extra money. It helps you with those losses that you get. You're going to have them, and you better have them. Because if you're not getting losses, I mean, you're letting your chances of taking a loss get too large. It's not what you want. You're here to make money, not give it away. Sounds easy, sounds simple, but hard. Taking a loss is probably the hardest thing to do. And for me it is. That's probably my biggest weakness. That's why usually I run on my MT4 account, I run an EA that actually sets my stop loss for me automatically, moves me to break even, and does a trailing stop. Just because I have such a hard time with taking a loss. But if you can control those losses and keep them small, it's easy to come up with wins. And look at all these wins we had. Big win here, big win here, big win here. You can control these little losses right here. 1, 2, You'll be fine. You might have bought into here, stayed in, and got out there, no loss there. Just a small profit. And some of these might have been break even, you never know. I'm not going to say they're always losses, but it's best to assume that there was a loss. This way you know how to deal with it. Trading's simple. We complicate it. All of a sudden fear and greed comes in and we can't think. We get edgy. We get out of the trade too quick. We get into the trade too quick. Maybe there is no trade, but we're trying to force a trade. That's a guaranteed loser. I know I do it too. I do all the bad habits. Everybody does. It's human nature. Why do you think only 95% of 95% of all traders lose? Come on, it's only 5% of us that actually make money because we got past that stuff. We keep it mechanical. We worry about our losses. Yep. Very difficult. Seems simple though. It is simple, but it's difficult. Probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm a contractor. I do remodeling. I do all the trades. So for me, it was easy to pick them up. But this, just up or down, really, it's that hard? Yeah, it's that hard. If you don't have a consistent way of trading and a set of rules and a plan and stick to that, you will lose. And you will lose all of your money. If you let any part of human nature get involved in your trading, you are done. That's all there is. And that is probably the hardest thing to teach people. Happens to all of us. We jump into trades too quick. We force a trade. We get mad. We do revenge trading. Crazy stuff. That's when you really lose your account. But trading's simple and it's fun. That's what I like about it. Look at this trade go now. Just going and going. Got back in line over here. Confirmation. This is your trade. Let me go back here to where we belong. 15 minutes. There we go. So we were in the trade and it went against. It was right in here. This one coming up. Then it broke, came back below, and you had the trade. But you had confidence because this one never changed. This one was still going down the whole time. So that's the way it should be. That's the way trading is. And if you can trade like that, you will make money. You will enjoy the trading. You could even do the 50 to 1 if you can have control of that button to close out when you start to make a loss. If you let that 50 to 1 get you out of control, it'll wipe out your account. You'll have such a large loss that it's hard to come back from. Even mentally, it's hard. It's probably the hardest part. The mental game of it. Taking that big loss. Here you had like 20 wins in a row. You're feeling really good about yourself. Maybe they were 10 to 20,000. All of a sudden you come in and take 100,000 loss. Whoa. Yep. Went all the way out. Happens. And if it does, don't let it get to you. Take a break. Get a drink of water. Come back and look for a real good trade. Don't take any mediocre trade. You want one that's going to pay. So you find a really good setup, one you trust, one that looks like this. It's coming up here. It's turning red here. You got candles underneath red. You know you got good confirmation. Maybe you want to go back and check your 5-minute, get a little closer to it, take a good look. See that you went moved up, but you're still underneath. Nothing wrong with that, but that could scare you a little bit. So that's why you got to be careful with that. That's why I like the 50. But you can see it never broke above. And then when it went red and went down, it just kept on going. That's these two candles here. All these candles are in these two candles right here. It's crazy. And all this is over here, these three candles. So if you get the hang of it, you get used to it. It's not that bad. But you can make money with it. Apex is set up to make money. If you have what it takes to keep control of your head, to write a plan, to set rules, and have them in front of you. Look at them. Don't just have them sitting there. Use them. And when you do make a mistake and you do take a loss, go back and find out what rule you broke or what did you do wrong. Learn from it. Then you can come back and actually make money at this. And you can make your money that you have on this account make money for you. And once we get liquidity, where eventually we will, because everybody's going to come here to trade, People will lose their money that's not listening to me and not doing what I'm telling them right now. And they will lose their money. Then they're going to go get more money and put back on there and try to get that money back. And it's a never-ending cycle until they learn those things that I just talked to you about. If you can learn those things, you can do this. But if you can't, you cannot do this. Then you need to put your money in Boost or something else. And it's right here. You just click on that. You want to get double up on your trade. Small fee. It's worth it if you know you got a good trade. I wouldn't use it too much because I took a couple losses with it and they're pretty large. So I didn't have, I had the 50 to 1, no stop. And I kept thinking it's going to turn around. Never turned around. That's all right. Now you only use that if you have a really good trade. You feel totally confident. It's just too obvious it's going to go your way. And that's rare. So you won't be using it too much. But it is there. So remember that. Anyway, guys, stay Apex strong. Hang in there. Keep learning. Anybody can do this. Use this system. I'm showing you right here. It does not get any easier than that. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.